Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is the next guitar we're going to feature on Mojo Shop Guitar. You know, we got a big trade show coming up the 26th of this month. This is one of the guitars that we're going to have in it. It's a beautiful little Telecaster. It's an S101. But we're going to take that off there, and it's just going to say Mojo Shop Guitar on it. Got a nice little neck, a little bit dirty, needs a little help. We got some nice plans for it. We're going to hook a reel up. It's going to be badass when we get done with it. You know, it is a Tele, so it's inherently got some mojo in it already. You know, it's already got something going on. And well, we're just going to bring it back to life. You know, this thing, it was a nobody, a nothing, and now it's going to be a contender. It's going to be a somebody. It's going to play perfectly in tune up and down that neck. And it's going to do the things that a guitar and the things that a Tele is supposed to do. It's definitely going to be a real player, a real contender when we get done with it. So what do you say we get this one over to the bench and get some mojo? Yeah, baby. Welcome to Mojo Shop Guitar, baby. Alright, here we are over at the bench, and you can see this one here. It's looking a little bit dirty. You know, but that's all it is. It's in really good shape. It's just a little bit dirty. You know, there's not very many scratches or anything like that. Check out the neck. The neck don't look too bad. We're gonna take it all apart, get it all cleaned up. There's no brand tuners on there. Might do something about them. I don't know. See what they do. But first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take the strings off. You know, we're gonna take it apart. And we're going to separate the neck from the body and just basically take it apart. So we'll be right back when we get that taken care of. Alright, we got it all tore apart. Well, all taken apart. There you go. There's not much to it. It's not even a string through. It's just a solid old back. But you know what? Man, I kind of like those kind of, you know. Took all the the output jack and the strap buttons and everything else off it. It's got a real nice body. We're going to take this, we're going to clean it up. We're going to give it a good polishing. You know how we are. We're going to buff it up. We're going to get all these scratches and stuff out here as much as we can. Make it look as good as we can. Here's our pick guard right here. You know, you see the back of it. It's just got a regular old pickup in there. We might do something about that. See if we can find something that's a little bit nicer, a little bit better than that one right there. Here's our controls. Not much to it, but you know, no muss, no fuss. It's got some metal stuff on there. Might do something special with that too. I don't know what we're going to do with it yet. Take a look at our neck here. Got that all stripped down. No, not looking too bad. We're going to go over this, make sure everything's straight. But next thing we're going to do, oh, and here's our bridge and stuff. Took that out of there. It's got a nice little, let me see, got a nice little, you see from the back there. Anyway, we're going to take this and we are going to wipe it all down. So let me go get something to wipe it on down with. Hold on. Alrighty, we got this body all stripped down here, and you know, it's kind of dirty, so we're just going to take a wet rag with a little bit of soap on it. Just go over it real quick. You know, we're kind of trying to rub some of this stuff off here. I want to try to rub some of this. If it'll come off with soap and water, I want to rub it off before we go buffing it. Because if we try to buff this right now, we could, who knows what's on it. Could be some kind of oil or grease, and oil or grease gets buffed into the finish, and we don't want that. Get around here, get to the sides. Just a little bit of soap in our rag. This thing's nice and clean. Get the back. It's going to be a real nice one. It's going to polish up real nice. That black always does look nice. Uh-oh, that was a felt. I didn't know I had one on there. There was a black felt on the black body. I couldn't see it. Yeah, there was one in the back. Yep. There's a couple of spots on here that there was a little bit of schmutz. But not too bad. Look at the front one more time. Should be alright. Alright. Now we got that all cleaned up. Got a towel here. We're just gonna take this, dry it up. We'll see how it looks like after we get done wiping her down, huh? It's gonna look 100% better. I can already see it a little bit. Sides real good. And see, you know, when you go over it with the towel, see, you're rubbing it. Just getting it shiny and it's taking all the stuff off there. You know, it's just good for it all the way around. Get that back real nice. And once it gets clean, then you can actually see what is got to be removed, what's a stain, what's not. You know, some stuff you just keep rubbing and it goes right away. Other stuff, nope. It's looking pretty good. All right. Sometimes you just gotta rub it to death. See what it does. See, this is where the the elbow grease comes in. You just got. And I'm pressing down pretty good. I want this towel to polish this up clean. You know. See what's going on with it. Hey. That cleaned up pretty good, didn't it? And this front's not going to take too much to get it all polished up real nice, is it? There's a couple little fadey spots in it, but nothing serious. The back, however, still got a little bit of stuff on it. I don't know what that stuff is. This stuff here I think is going to come off. So we're going to give it another wipe down, and what we're going to do, yeah, that stuff will come off there with another little wipe down, I think. Anyway, you know what we're going to do is we're going to clean this one more time. And then we're going to buff it. Hit it with the buffer. Yeah, see, that took quite a bit of it right there. I think the rest of it we might have to take off the buffer. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get our polishing compound here. We're just going to put a little bit on there, and then we're going to take our polishing wheel, our buffing wheel, and we'll over this, and get it all shiny, both sides, around the edge, everything, okay? And we're going to take that over in the other room because I don't want to get the area all dirty because it does get dirty, fleeing stuff all over. So, what we're going to do is we're going to be right back, and I'll show you how shiny, how much more shinier it got. Alrighty, we are back. We got it all buffed out. And now we're just going to kind of wipe it off with that rag again. Get the buffing compound off of it. Kind of want any more of that stuff on there. Get this all nice and wiped down clean. And then we can put a little bit of protectant wax on it. Our favorite stuff, you know what I mean? Alright. Now that we got it wet here, okay? What we're going to do is we take some of our good old spray and wipe, wash and dry wax, and we're just going to spray that right on right here. Okay? And then we can just go ahead and, well, I think I'm going to rub it around a little bit. That's what I kind of like to do. It's not really working it in, just gets evenly spread out, you know, getting all the places. And then we just take a clean towel and wipe it off. Love this stuff. Puts a nice little seal on everything. And just. Looks like it's shaping up real nice. Look at there. Get nice and shiny. Okay? And we're going to go ahead and do the back here. Put it on there. Rub it in just a wee bit. So it's all nice and wet. We'll even get a little on the sides here. Okay? And we can go ahead and just wipe that out too. Yeah, let's get that body all nice and polished up and clean so it looks like it's brand new. Oh yeah. See how that looked? See how that looks? Like a mirror. The front turned out pretty dang decent too. And black shows everything. And this looks pretty good and clean. So, we got the body all straight. Everything taken care of real good on that. Now, next step is to tackle this neck. So we're going to set this back here out of the way. Back there. Get our area cleaned up just a little bit. Okay. We're going to go ahead and tackle this neck right here. Let's just tighten it in a little bit. Alright, yeah, that looks pretty good. Right there. There we go. Okay. We're going to need a little straight edge. Let's stick that on there. No, it is not rocking. Okay. So, let's get out our handy dandy feeler gauge here. And we're going to come along and we're going to set this along here. And basically we're going to go against each one of these frets here. And we want to see if it slides underneath there. And it looks like it is just a little bit. Okay. We'll do it from the back here. And I like to, with a nice and even sort of hole in the middle too. And it's sliding under a little bit in the middle. But it's hitting on the ends. So that means it's got a little bit of a in it. So I want to take that out. I want to get it perfectly flat. So we're going to dig in here for the truss rod tool, which I'm pretty sure is probably going to be this one here. Maybe not though. Oh, yep, it is. Okay. What we want to do is we want to tighten that truss rod just a little bit. So we're just going to give it a little bit of a turn there. And then we kind of help it in the direction it wants to go by just trying to bend it a little bit, you know. It needs to come up a little bit, so we're going to try to bend it up a little bit, okay? Alright, so let's stick this back on there. See how we're doing now. It's getting a little bit better. There's less frets in the middle. And now let's try it over here on the edge. See what the edge looks like. Yeah, the edge is down a little bit too. And then we'll try it over here. Yep, same thing, just a little bit. So we're going to tighten it up just a little bit more. Okay? It feels like it's getting pretty tight. So we're just going to sit here. We're going to kind of try to massage it. Maybe put it on the side a little bit. You know. And by putting our hands on it, we're putting a little bit of warmth in it, which helps it relax too, you know. Okay? Now we can see what it's doing again. Yeah, see, now I'm starting to get them hit in the middle. Get them hitting all the way across. Now I'm just going to give it one more half a tweakerelli here. Right there. Okay? And then I'm going to even bring it over to the edge of the bench here. And I'm going to kind of put a little bit of weight on each end of it. So to get it going that way, okay? Now, let's give it a shot. Yeah, see, it doesn't go underneath any of these. And it doesn't go underneath the ends. So that means that we have a dead flat fretboard. Okay. Now the next thing, you know how we roll here. We are going to take this, the magic marker. If I can find one here. Kids ain't stole it. There's one right there. We're going to take a magic marker here, and we're just going to go over the top of these frets a little bit. And some of these frets are looking kind of bumpy and frumpy, like down here. You see, this is a good chance to get an assessment of what the frets are looking like and stuff. Oh, I'll be right back. Alright, we got our black marker on all the tops of the frets right there. We got a little bit on the fretboard, but that don't matter because that'll clean right off. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our leveling beam here, our leveling sander. It's got a little bit of sandpaper on it. It's real smooth, real super smooth. And we're just going to basically go over the top of this like this. And we're going to see where we remove the marker. We're going to do this until we've removed the marker off the top of every last one of these frets. And what this does is it tells us where we're cutting. See, we did a couple cuts over there. And as you can see, we're removing it off of this one, this one, this one, this one, and then this one's getting a little lighter. It's a little lighter. This one hardly at all. This one a little bit. This one hardly at all. Then it gets a little bit more, a little bit more. So we're still a little bit low in the middle here, but that's not too bad. Maybe we just give it just a little another kick on the on the truss rod. You know, this right here really does tell the tale. And we get this nice and flat here. We're going to go right up to the edge. Okay, and we'll take another look at it. Yeah, it's starting to cut. So now we're going to go this way over it too. So I like to go over this way. That way we don't lose our radius. I'm not sanding it down too much in the middle or anything like that. Okay, now we'll go back over it this way. You can feel that it gets pretty smooth going back and forth there. Let's take a look. And it looks like we have cut all the way across on all the frets. As you can see, they're all got the marker taken off of them. There's some of them got a couple little spots where there's, you know, a little marker left on the end. And these ones down here, these are called the fall away frets. So they're traditionally they kind of go down. So they're not really, we don't really worry about those. So we're just going to kind of go over one more time here. And we'll kind of work the edge a little bit. Okay. Over on this side. And we are, then now we're going to just go back and forth a little bit. And now I'm just trying to smooth out some of those sanding marks that we put in there, which are really super light because, well, this sandpaper on here is practically nothing. I'd probably say it's about 1,500 or 1,000 grit right now. It's nothing. In fact, it needs to be replaced. But it still works. Took it down level. Yeah, we got it right there. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get out our crowning tool here, if I can find it. Right here. Okay. What we did is we sanded this down level and we flattened out the top of the frets just a little bit. But now what we're going to do is we're going to take this tool right here, and this is a crowning tool, and it has a little fret-shaped file there. And what that's going to do is it's going to take this fret and it's going to make a nice little point right on the top of there. And basically what we're going to do is we're just going to put that on there like that. And then I'm going to run it back and forth. Just like that. And when it starts to feel like it's smooth and it's not grabbing anymore, I'll move on to the next one. And we're just going to do this up and down the fretboard. All up and down the fretboard. And when we get done with that, we'll be right back. Okay, I got the frets all crowned and smooth right down. We took some 400 over it, then we took some 600, and then we took finally some 1500, and we smoothed out the fretboard, we smoothed out the frets. We still got to put a little bit of a polish on them, but we're going to do that after we do the fret ends here. Now we're going to go ahead and get these fret ends so they're not sharp. And you remember how we do that? We take our little fret end tool here, right here, and we just kind of give these a little, give them a little round over. So we take the edge off them, make them nice and smooth, so when you run your finger over, you don't feel anything. And we're going to do that on both sides of this, on all the ends of these frets. And when we get done with that, I'll come back and show you what we did. All right, we got back. We can widen out a little bit now. We got this fretboard. I mean, we got the frets all done. All the fret ends are done. They're all smooth over, real nice. The frets have all been polished. The only thing that we have to do to this fretboard now is we need to clean it with some alcohol and a towel, and then we need to hydrate it with some coconut oil. For now, we're gonna go ahead and clean it up here real good, and we're gonna take a little bit of tissue and put a little bit of rubbing alcohol on it. And the reason we do that is because we want to get all the grime and everything off of it, but we don't want to soak the wood down. I don't want to get this wet. It's not a painted surface. It's not going to get wet. I mean, it's not going to get, if it's a painted surface, I'll get it wet. Like a body of paint, something like that, but not the wood here. I'm not going to get this wet. It's a bad deal. And you can see we're getting lots of stuff off of this. So yeah, it's dirty. And I'm probably going to go over this a couple times just to make sure we get all the schmutz off of it, Yeah, it turned out pretty dirty. And that's why I use a piece of tissue, because that way it's nice and clean and I can see it's white. I can see what's coming off of it. Because if it's still got stuff coming off of it, then I know it's still dirty. Yeah, see, now that's looking much better. See, that's not quite as dirty as it was before. I'm gonna put a little more on there. Try the back side. There we go. And with any guitar, you probably got to clean the top up here a little bit more. So I'll get in there with behind the frets with my fingernail while I'm trying to do this. And you stop this. That's where the junk hides. The hide is in between those, back on the edge of the fret, All right. Just give that a wipe with the dry towel, okay? And as you can see, we got this nice and clean, but it is dry. It is bone dry. And the alcohol dries it out a little bit too. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some good old Kroger's coconut oil. We're going to just take a little bit on our fingers, on my finger, and we're just going to touch a little bit on each in between, each of the frets here. I don't want to use a lot, just a little. So just kind of, put it on sparingly. Okay. Right there. Okay. And now what we're going to do, we're just going to go through and just rub it in. Make sure all the wood's getting some moisture and some love. Because, that's what it likes. It's just like any other wood, It gets dried out and it's going to get brittle. It's going to get, if you get a little moisture in it, it's going to stay alive. It's going to stay nice and stay, the way it's going to be happy. You get a little bit on that back part right there. And now we're just going to let this sit on here for a minute or two. Okay. And I'm kind of getting a little bit down the side here too. There's nothing wrong with a little bit down the side. We did, work the edge of this, so this edge is is raw here, so it can use a little bit of that love down there. Yeah, that turned out real nice and smooth across there. Oh yeah. All right. Now we're just gonna let that set for a few minutes, and I'm gonna let it set. I'm gonna wipe it off, and then I'll come back and show you. Well, looky there, looky there. I mean, it is shiny and hydrated and looking nice. It's ready to go, ready to play. Wipe down the back of it. We got to change the, next thing we're going to do is fix this headstock so that it says Mojo Shop Guitar on it. People know it's got some mojo. So when I get this sanded down and I'm ready to put a logo on the top on this headstock, I'll be back, okay? Okay, we're back. And it's a day later. And, well, I got something to show ya. We got us a logo. Looky there. That right there says Mojo Shop Guitar, baby. And this is an official Mojo Shop Guitar I guess you could say. Looks pretty snazzy, huh? And that neck's still looking real good. We might hit it with the coconut oil one more time. Maybe not though, but still looking good. Okay. That's looking pretty good. And that's still a little bit wet, so we're letting that dry. We're going to put a few more coats of clear on that. Get that real nice. I got another surprise for you too, though. See, we've been working on the body. We got the body all buffed up real nice, you know. And, well, we did something with the pick guard. I want you to see our new pick guard. There we go, right there. I think the purple and the black go really nice together. Of course, you know, black or white goes with anything, so, you know. It automatically looks nice, and man, look at the shine on that. Look at that shine, baby, shine. So what we're going to do is we're going to sort of test fit all the rest of the parts here. I went ahead and got the control plate all nice and shiny and polished up. Look at that. You see the camera in there. Oh, there we are showing it. Ooh, look at that. It's like infinity. Can you see it over there? Ooh, do. Anyways, we still have to go through and clean these pots up. You know, and get them a little lubricated. And we still have to clean up our grungy bridge. And I think that's probably going to be the next thing we do. So you've got a sneak peek at this. We're going to put the pickup in there and everything. You know, we got that wire coming through there. So we're going to set this aside over here. And we're going to go put this neck back over here. Put that over in a safe place. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this bridge here, we're going to take it apart, and we're going to get it all cleaned up, and then we're going to put it back together. And when we get that all cleaned up, I'm pretty sure that paint should be dry. We'll be able to get the tuners back in the guitar, and we can get this thing put back together, get it set up, get it playing, and it will be ready to go. And maybe somebody will be smart enough to buy it at the swap meet that we're going to on the 26th in Lansing, Michigan. And, you know, somebody have a great guitar. For sure. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this. I'll tell you what. Let's see what this pickup looks like in here. Ha! Here it is. I like the small screwdriver. Here, we're just going to go ahead and tighten it a little bit. There we go. All right. I'll go ahead and take this out. We'll get a good look at it. This is you know, it's like a single coil, but it's got 3 screws, so just, you know, 1 on each end. Okay. Let's take that out of there. Those springs off there. And as you can see, it's just a regular old single coil Little funky magnet on the back, not much to it, you know. But it plays, and the thing about it is, see, this might, you know, people would look at this pickup and go, oh, well, it's, you know, it's a piece of junk, it's cheap, it's not quality. Well, the thing about it is this is basically just a microphone, you know, and like with a microphone, if you can't sing, the best microphone in the world ain't gonna help you. But if you can sing, you can make that inexpensive microphone sound like the best microphone in the world. And it's the same thing with these pickups here. All they do is reproduce the sound that your guitar is making. Okay? If your guitar is making good sounds, then this is going to pick up good sounds and it's going to sound good, even though it's an inexpensive pickup. It's what your guitar is doing that matters. Okay? So we're going to put this over here to the side. And when we get this all cleaned up and everything like that, we'll be back. Alright, well, we got this bridge all cleaned up real nice. As you can see, nice and shiny. And, you know, I noticed something on this. It was assembled wrong, either at the factory or, you know, by somebody else. But these screws are all different lengths. And as you know, your intonation kind of goes, you know, this one's the thin E string. This is always, you know, goes do, chorus, or a stair steps down, then a stair steps down again over here. So you got to have 3 different lengths of things. And the little saddles were on there the wrong way. And what I did too is I put all the saddles, or I put all the little saddles here down all the way, so that when you're hitting on a string, or so when they're all starting off at the same depth. Because, you know, we're going to radius this. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to clean up the pickup and get that in there. Be right back. Well, there we have it. The brand new pickup, or not brand new, but the pickup is installed back in the bridge. And I think it looks pretty good. It's, you know, you can stands right up there with anything else. Okay, tell you what. Let's clear a little spot here. And we're gonna bring the body back, and let's see if we widen out a little bit here. Okay, let's bring the body in. This body right here. Oh yeah, we're looking good. Okay. We're gonna fish this wire through there. Wrap it around a little bit. Get on through there. Okay. We got that coming through, do we? Yes, we do. Let's try shoving it through a little farther. Maybe I can get a hold of it. Then I'm going to pull it over here. There we go. Okay, let's set this in place. Where it's going to be, okay? Alright, we got that, and that, okay. Now one thing that I do want to do is I want to get this ground wire installed here. I don't like the way this ground wire looks. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, well, you can kind of see, get an idea of how things are going together here. So basically what I'm doing, oh, we got to clean the controls out here. We're going to give the controls a cleaning, and we're going to get this thing all buttoned back up. And we'll be ready to go. We'll be ready to put the neck on it, and the neck should be dry pretty soon. And we should be able to start getting things straight on this. So once we get the controls cleaned out, and we're going to get this body reassembled, we will be back. Are you guys ready to take a look at this? We got her all back together. Looky there. Looky there. She purty. I love that purple pick guard. It is so stinking nice. Look how that chrome shines on that black body. Oh, she cleaned up her real purty like, didn't she? Look at that. Just a real showstopper. We are waiting for the paint to dry on that headstock. I had to give it another shot of clear to make it look real nice and perfect. Because, you know, it has to go on this body, which is, well, pretty much perfect. So, what we're going to do is we're going to come back when that, probably tomorrow, when that's all dry. We'll put the tuners and stuff like that on it. And then we'll have us a little wedding ceremony where we marry them too. Get them hitched up. And we'll have a guitar and we'll set it up, get everything taken care of on it. So until then, well, it won't be but a second for you, but it'll be, you know, overnight for me, but we'll be back in a second. Bye. Alright, well, we are back, and as you can see, we got our beautiful body right here. Sure is looking good. Sure is looking good. And there's our headstock all finished off. Looking pretty good too. Got the bag of it. Looking real nice. Everything else is looking good, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to install the tuners and get all that good stuff in there so that we can go ahead and put this body and neck together. So basically what we're going to do is get all of our stuff out here. All of our grommets and screws and all that kind of good stuff. Kept it all in one tight little pile. We've got our string trees. Let me get all this stuff out here. There we go. Alright. First thing we're going to do is we are going to need a little piece of Scotch-Brite pad here. Like I don't want a new one. I want an old one. Okay, we're going to take this piece of Scotch-Brite pad. I'm just going to kind of give those little grommets a little shine up before we go put them in here. So they look nice and shiny too, you know. And those should just push right down in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to get these all polished up here and get them back in there. And we still got to go over and clean up these tuners just a little bit. I'm wondering if we're going to do anything else to them. The covers do come off of them. Tell you what, let me just see a screwdriver here. See if that's loose at all. Nope. Everything seems to be good. I think what we're going to do is see, the cover comes off of this. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to put a little bit of grease down in there. Just to give it something so that it's got something to turn. Keeps it real nice. And we're going to clean these up. We're going to clean up these grommets. You know, the little bushings that go in the front here. We're going to clean these up and get them pushed in there. And we got our string trees too. We got to take our little tiny string trees, and they need to go in the front right here. And we're going to put those in there. And let me show you what we're going to do to this right here. What we're going to do is we're going to take, where's my grease? Let me find my grease. It's around here someplace. Alright, I'll be right back when I find my grease. Alright, we're back. I found my grease. We're just using some multi-purpose regular old automotive grease in it, you know. What we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of that grease, just a little bit on the end of your finger. We're going to put it right in there, between there, and I'm going to try to get a little bit down next to that gear down there. And then once we get a little bit of grease in there, we're just going to turn it. Let that grease get down in there. Yeah. See? We just put a little bit, oh, tighten in. That might help, huh? Okay. Let's take a little bit of, do it again. A little bit of grease on the end of your finger. You take it, just rub it right in there like that. Right in between the two gears, sort of. Okay. And then we're just going to turn it around. And as you turn it, you can kind of spread it back in there. You know, and just turn it back and forth. And you'll feel it get a little bit smoother. Okay? And then once you're done with that, just take your cap, pop it right back on there. Just like that there. You get everything lined up just right, and it should go right back on there. Well, anywho, when I'm done fighting with this thing, we'll get this cap back on here, and what we'll do is we'll get all these put back on, cleaned up, grommets in, and when we get it all taken care of, we'll be right back. Well, looky there. Got us a headstock with everything in it. Looking good. We got ourselves a Mojo Shop guitar sticker on the back there. Ooh, looky there, look at there. Yeah, that's looking nice. Words looking good. Here what we're gonna do is we're gonna give this another coat of stuff right quick here. She's drinking it up. Let it sit in there for a couple days. Come back, give her some more. Just for posterity. You know, just to give it a little bit extra. That's the way we roll around here. We give everything a little extra. Make sure everything's perfect before we go out the door. Got this trade show coming up, and you know, I like to get a lot of guitars done. I don't know if I'm going to get them all done, but the ones that do get done are going to be some sweet ones. I'll tell you one thing right now. Okay, we gave that one just a little bit of something. Just go ahead and wipe it off. This whole thing nice little wipe down. Fingerprints and everything else off. Okay. Alright. Let's get out our back plate here. Yeah, we're going to leave that stuff on there. If I remember correctly, this was a little bit difficult to get through there. So what we're going to do is we are going to take our file here, our little round file. I remember taking the screws out of this thing. Boy, they were sure tough to get through there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this file here. We're just going to help out these holes a little bit here. So not quite so tight. And just help them out a little bit here. So it's not so difficult to get the screw through there. Sounds kind of nice one up. And we'll just get it so it's opened up a little bit. Okay, I think that should do it for us. Now, if I remember correctly, this did have a little bit of a shim in it, so we're going to put that shim right back in there. Right there. All right. Now, well, let's do this in the opposite way. We remember, this is a fender. Well, it's a fender-ish. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to just lay it down like this here. Put our body right on top of there. Well, maybe we'll do this first, then we'll flip it over. That in there. You want to get our there we go. Okay, I want to get our shim in there. Okay. All right, now we got that in there. Okay. Now we're gonna flip it over. Get it right in there, just right. Okay. Alright, that feels good right there. We get our back plate on here. I will polish her up later. Get our screws started. You know what? I'm gonna put I got a little bit of soap here. I'm just gonna put a little bit of soap on the threads of these. Just give it a little bit of help, going a little bit easier. It's one of those old tricks, you know. makes things going a little bit easier. Yeah, bar soap, it ain't just for washing no more. Okay, we got a little bit of soap on the threads there. Just put a little bit of soap on the threads. So I'm going to go in just a little bit easier. And we got our bigger screwdriver. And we'll just get these started in there a little bit. You can tell they were already going in a little easier than they came out. I'll tell you one thing. Ooh. Kept going much easier. Okay, yeah, we won't have us a little wet in here, ain't we? Heck yeah. Okay, now we're gonna make sure that everything's lined up and in the way it's supposed to be, okay? I think we can go ahead and it should not be over that way all the way. So. Okay, here's what we're gonna do, folks. We're gonna do our old trick. Put the screws almost all the way through. So that one's right there. I don't know why I was trying to do it the other way. Sometimes I don't even do things the same way, you know. I go, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be, you know, doing it this way. Get it right there. Okay, we got it right there. Okay. Okay. So we can put that shim right there. No, I'm gonna put it right here. Right there. Okay, let's put the sucker together now. Alright, well, we're just gonna stand her up, I think. Well, I gotta make sure that shim is in the right place. Let's see, the shim fell down. I think what we're gonna do. Yeah, let's get smart here. My shim doesn't want to stay put. What am I gonna do? How about you tape it in place there, buddy? You need a little tiny little piece of tape. Hold it right there where you want it. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Now we can put these two together. Not having to worry about it. Sometimes. All right, there we go. Pretty sure we got her now. All right. Nicely bolting her down. Goobly goop. All right, we're just going to continue to screw these down. Try to be careful. Not to let the screwdriver slip or anything. See, now this one's getting pretty tight. If I remember, these were some real wrist wrenchers. So I put a little soap in there, but it's getting down towards the end. I don't want to go in. Good Lord. Should have drilled the neck out a little bit. Made it a lot easier to put in. Jeez. I almost want to say, I'll be right back when I get these screws in. It's taking so long. Good and tight, that's for sure. Tell you what, I am gonna come back. Be right back. Well, you guys, here she is, all married up. Man, it's looking good. Love, love, love that purple. Look at that logo. Headstock looking good. Everything's looking good. We just put those regular old tuners back on there. There's not going to be anything wrong with them tuners. We're going to stretch the strings real good to get everything looking good. That back looks a little dirty. We're going to get her cleaned up, get her wiped down, get her back to its original shine. But man, it's looking good. And we're about ready for some strings and stuff on this. Pretty sure. You know what we got to do? Got to get out a pack of stringy ball. 9 through 42, you know, that's the official string of Mojo Shop Guitar. So we're going to go ahead and put some of those on there. Get our saddles all straightened around. So everything's copacetic. Okay. You've seen us put strings on about half a gazillion times already. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and straighten this thing up. And, we'll be back after we get some strings on it. What do you say? Alright, we got some strings on her. She looks pretty good with strings on her. Okay, but what we're going to do now is we're going to set the string height and we're going to radius the strings. And how we do that is, well, we already know this guitar has a 14-inch radius. Pretty sure of that. I can find my tool here. There we are. Slip this right underneath here like this here. And we will see. Yep. 14-inch radius. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this, get our string height right on the E strings here, and then we're going to take this radius tool and we're going to stick it across these strings, and we're going to raise these saddles up until they all come up and touch the radius, so they're all at the radius that they're supposed to be. And we're going to take our little floppy feeler gauge here, and we're going to stick it underneath here like this, and we're going to see, hey, where's that one? Okay, all right, I got you. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and maybe we'll zoom in a little bit here. Okay. Tighten in just a little bit. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we got our string tool, the little measuring tool, popsicle stick basically. Okay, now I got these all set to 0. They're all right down there to nothing. So what we're going to do is we are going to give these each an equal turn. We're going to give them each 2 turns. So 1, 2, and we'll give this one 2. 1, 2. Okay, and we're going to check our string height. Nothing. So I think I got to go about 3 or 4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then I'll do 3 over here. 1, 2 turns, 3 turns. Okay, and then we'll check this. See, I haven't even started bringing it up yet. So we're going to go 2 more turns. 1, 2, and basically we're just going to keep bringing this thing up until we 1, 2, till we get our action. Let me see here. Yeah, that should be, we're getting there. See, I haven't even started bringing that off the deck yet, have I? Do I need even a little bit more angle on the neck? I think maybe I do. I'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back. We got our, well, we had to really get in there and get our neck angle right. We had to get the neck angle right, and it wasn't right because we went to go put the strings on, we went to go raise them up, and they were just raising up way too high. It wasn't having enough string height. Just everything was off. So we had to go back in, calculate everything, get everything right, and we finally got the radius right on the strings. We got the low E string set to 1.6. We got this one set to about 1.9 or 2 millimeters, and then we radius these strings. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see this or not. Maybe tighten in just a little bit more. So we take this radius gauge, we set it right across there, and we just try to see if we can put the string on it, put that under the string. And I think I still might be just a little bit high in the middle there. I'll take those down just a hair. I didn't like that. It felt good one time, but then the next time it wasn't right. I'm going to take that down about a quarter of a turn. And what this does is it matches the strings to the radius of the fret. Okay. It also makes the strings nice and level across here, so when you're strumming, the pick slides across nice and even. And you know, the way it's supposed to. This one needs to stay here. Try that. Now we're really just talking thousandths of an inch. All right, I'm gonna stick with that. That looks pretty good. Okay, but you see what we did there. Okay, now that we got that all set like that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna tune this up. Widen out so we get a whole picture here. Okay, now we're gonna take the tuner and put the tuner on here. So turn that on and find us a pick. Make some sounds with this thing. All right, let's get her tuned up so. Hey, that wasn't too far off from E. C sharp. Coming up on D. All right. B, we gotta go all the way to G. E, F, F sharp. Here comes G. Alright, let's get some B action here. Here's A. A sharp, come on up B. Here we go. What's going on down here? No, I don't like that noise. Everything looks alright. Oh, that's good now. D sharp. A little stretch. There we go, coming up on E. There we go, close enough. Let's check that B. Check the G. You know, once you get it tuned up all the way across for the first time, you usually come back and the rest of the notes will flatten out quite a bit. So you gotta bring them back up. There we go, pretty close. Not too bad, huh? Feels all right. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, we got it all tuned up. Now we gotta lay it back down here, and we're gonna take the strings. And we're just sort of gonna give them a good little stretching like this. And you know what it does is sets it down here on the tuning peg, on the tuner, and it sets it down here in the bridge. It's it all hunky dory the way it likes it. Take some of that stretch out of there, and what this also is going to do is it's going to make it so that your guitar stays in tune. It's not going to come out of tune anymore. And see, that took that E all the way down to a C by stretching it. We'll tune it back up. See, that went down a half step. We'll tune it back up, and then we'll stretch it again. And then we'll stretch it, and then we'll stretch it and tune it, and stretch it and tune it. And when we stretch it, and we come back to tune it, and it's still in tune, or it's just barely out of tune, then we know we got all the stretch out of there, and that's when we're done. So when we get that done, we'll be back, and we'll have more with this beautiful, beautiful guitar. Boy, it is turning out good. Be right back. All right. Well, we got her all finished. Do a little recap. We gave it a play, so we know it sounds real good. I already tried it out, make sure everything that works, you know. But we got the intonation all set just perfectly. We got the pickups set just perfectly. We had to go and we had to cut the nut a little bit. We had to cut the nut slots just a little bit so that we could get all the notes playing perfectly up and down the neck. So every last one of these notes here plays perfectly in tune. You know, got our beautiful headstocks all set. You know, got a Mojo Shop sticker on the back of it. The back of the neck just feels so good. The back of the guitar's ooh clean. Front's ooh clean. This one's gonna be for sale, and it's all ready to go. So, only thing we have to do is get this shined up. But let's give it a little bit of a listen. See how nice it does sound. There we go. Plays real nice and smooth. All the notes, you know, you bend it, you don't feel anything, you don't hear anything. You know, it's got a nice action on it, so when your finger hits the note, it's playing perfectly in tune. It's nice and easy to bend. I mean, it's playing the way it's supposed to. The neck's all nice and smooth up and down the edge. It's doing what a guitar's supposed to do. See, we took this nothing, nobody wants it, S101 Telecaster, and look what we did to it. We made it ooh beautiful. Now we're gonna shine it up good. Now don't you fret. Well, you can fret all you want right across that fretboard. Look at that fretboard. Look at that. It's like nice and smooth and clean, polished, rolled edges. You know, we rolled the edges on this thing. You know, we did all the fret ends. We leveled it. We crowned it. We cut the nuts so that all the notes play perfect. We put a logo. We put our own logo on it. We got so much work into this thing. We put our own logo into it. I almost knocked my pop over with this guitar. You know, everything turned out really good on it. I'm really impressed. And that pickguard really goes with the black. You know, anything goes with black. You know, just it's good. It's all good. And it sounds good too. You know, it just. You know, we just got it where it's supposed to be. So, what do you say we take this one over and we give it a little play, huh? Let's try it. Alright folks, look at this one here. She's looking beautiful, isn't she? Oh, looking good. Says Mojo on the headstock. Get that funky old tuner off there. Hey, but look at that. She is looking nice. How's she sound? Let's give it a whirl here. Sure does sound good, don't she? Yeah. Let's try it down on the bridge. Oh, we got chopped up by a commercial. That's bullshit. Thank you for watching Mojo Shop Guitar. Please like.